It is all Big Ten season. The preseason all Big Ten first team was released by the Big Ten Conference. And I'm going off John Rothstein's tweet on this one. Shout out to my guy Rothstein, friend of the program. Not sure. I feel like in my head, I believe he watches this, but I'll never truly understand why. But I do appreciate you watching, John. The all Big Ten preseason first team per release, which contains 10 members. I say this every single year. Everyone, I'm sorry. Here comes repetitive cart. For the love of God, let's be a serious college basketball entity and let's put out 5 players on the first team because that's how many players make the first team. If there was 10 players that made the first team, when it got to the end of the year, there would be 10 players on the first team. Just pick 5. It's not that hard. All I'm going to say about that. Moving on. Per the release, Big Ten preseason all first team. Bennett Sturts of Iowa, Yaxel Lendenborg of Michigan, Nick Martinelli, Northwestern, Bruce Thornton, Ohio State, Nate Biddle, Oregon, Jackson Shellstad, Oregon, Trey Kaufman-Renn, Purdue, Braden, Trey Kaufman-Renn, Purdue, Braden Smith, Purdue, Donovan Dent, UCLA, and John Blackwell from Wisconsin, and also Braden Smith. I mean, I'll say it, even though y'all should know this though. Preseason Player of the Year in the Big Ten Conference. Dion, I'll throw it to you first for let's get some comments on the guys on this list first, and then maybe we can talk like, maybe some names that got snubbed, maybe, oh, they just did a good job of this. So I'll throw it to you first on this one.
I mean, my first thought was, and I understand why, by the way, but like, isn't it kind of hilarious that Braden two-time preseason Big Ten Player of the Year and Edie only got it once?
Yeah, well, Trace Jackson Davis was good, man.
No, yeah, Trace was phenomenal. It's just like these two are two of the greatest college basketball players of all time. Edie like renowned maybe as the greatest, and he only has one. Like it's another situation where I don't think Braden just gets enough credit for like how great he's been in college basketball. Um, and like just give my guy a little bit more love is all I'd say. Um, I want to salute Nick Martinelli. Didn't know he still had eligibility. So shout out to him. This was me finding out he was still eligible. I wish I took him in some of the drafts we've been doing all summer. But shout out Nick Martinelli for that. Bennett Sturts, he's a senior.
Yeah,
Bennett Sturts is a senior.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so I think he played at like the Northwest Missouri State with Ben McCollum, the D2, and then he played 1 year at Drake, and then he played this is his senior season at Iowa.
Okay, I want to get one thing out the way early. Now that I know this, the whole lotto pick Bennett Sturts thing, I'm out. I'm out. I thought the whole like idea behind him in general was that he was only a sophomore. So I'm out on Bennett Sturts and the whole like lotto thing. But like I do like him on this list. Nate Biddle, I think is phenomenal. Bruce Thornton, I think is phenomenal. Jackson Shellstad, TKR, obviously Braden Dent. Like they got the list right. Like I don't know like who would be missing from it necessarily.
Yeah. So I did see. I mean, I really think they got the guys on here for the most part. Me personally, I've always viewed Nate Biddle a little bit differently than other people, so I was a little bit shocked to see they got Biddle and Shellstad on this list. But at the same time, Biddle's a 14-8 guy and one of the best shot blockers in the league and probably college basketball. So I can see why he got there. Um, no Illinois players, no Michigan State players on this list. I will point out I saw a lot of Michigan State people saying, "Yup, like fresh batch of disrespect. We love this. This is exactly what we're noticing." I want to point out that legit they didn't have a Big Ten guy last year. I think Jaden Akins or somebody else might have made the last team, but the Michigan State had no preseason guys. I don't even think they had any postseason guys on an all Big Ten team. So I don't think it's really surprising. I know your Cohen Carr is your guy. Are you surprised no Cohen Carr? Are you surprised no Illinois players?
Dion, how's your job going?
Beginning of the school year, everything's like a little up and down. One of the biggest issues we've had is we can't find any uniforms for our girls' sports teams.
Mm, that's a difficult. thing to find a solution for. I know damn well all about that because I got a daughter that just turned 2. She's into sports and she's already outgrowing every little piece of sports apparel she had. Thankfully, I know Clara Kate Creations. Clara Kate Creations was started by a former high school teacher who quit because it wasn't cost effective to send new twins and a 2-year-old to daycare. She found it easier to make girl sports apparel than finding it to buy. And I am so thankful that she exists because if we have an old shirt of Murph's that she's outgrown, we can send it in and she takes that piece of apparel that means something and upcycles it into an outfit that Murphy can now wear as she grows up. She makes great stuff. It's honestly kind of like your fullback's wife, Kyle Juszczyk. Is that how you say it? She does that. But honestly, I think Clara Kate's coming for Mrs. Juszczyk's job.
I love that. I'm a big Juice guy. Love his wife. Love Claire Kate even more than both of them, though.
You can send in your own custom ideas and she will come up with a design. She's just the best. Look up Clara Kate Creations on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and more.
I'm surprised no Big T. I'm surprised no Big T. Like I feel like you could swap Big T and Biddle. I don't think anybody bats an eye. But also like I don't know that I hate Biddles on there instead of Big T either. Like I don't know that you can go wrong with that one. Cohen, I'm not surprised he's not on the list. It's preseason. We're good. As the leader of the president of the Cohen Carr fan club, we're good. We didn't want to be on this list. The list we want to be on is at the end of the year.
Oh, that's how you're coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one we're worried about. Everybody, yeah, little preseason stuff. Congrats. We ain't hooped yet. We ain't hooped yet. That ball tips in a few weeks.
Facts. Do you think now I think it would have been a little bit much to have 3 Purdue players, but do you think that Fletcher Lawyer was in contention for this at all? I mean, I don't think so. I did see somebody bring that up, but it's probably right not to have him on here.
No, I don't. I mean this respectfully to Fletch. Me not being allowed to draft Fletch in the all conference draft or the role player draft, this is more like ammo to me that the goalposts were moved completely on my rosters.
The goalposts were moved. You know that. We all know that. I guess you just wanted to hear me say it out loud. The one thing I will say that I like from this list, I like that John Blackwell is included on this list. I think he's going to be incredible for Wisconsin here. Um, Also, a good amount of like new guys coming into the league that I think are gonna like Donovan Dent, new player in the league. Yaxel Lendeborg, obviously, Bennett Sturts. Um, do you think that there's gonna be? I mean, I don't have doubts that these guys are going to be on the first team, but it is these guys' first, Big Ten experience. Out of those 3, Dent, Lendenberg, and Sturts. My apologies. Which one do you think struggles the most as far as like the new conference, or does it even not affect any of them? They're that good.
I don't think it affects Dent. The way he plays, like Dent's just gonna go get buckets. And I don't think Dent really cares who gets in his way necessarily. Yaxel's the one I think I have the most fear of. I also most talented of the group for what it's worth. It's a weird like dichotomy, I would say, where like I think he's the best of that trio. I also have the most fear it just doesn't work, and it's not all his fault. I don't know that I think Michigan's gonna work, but I also don't know that I don't think Michigan's gonna work. It's just a weird middle ground of like what's gonna happen with this roster. Is there enough shooting to create the space for Yaxel? Is there enough shooting to create the space for Cadeau? So on and so forth. I just think there's so many question marks about whether Michigan works or not. And if Michigan doesn't work, it definitely affects Yaxel.
I just wanted to go sum this up just like this. Yaxel doubts coming from Dion. That's all that was. I want that very much known and on record that there were Yaxel doubts coming from Dion, not me, not Carter Elliott, from guy on the left is throwing fresh Yaxel disrespect out there. Um, just for the fun of this, I do want to. Who do you think is the one guy that's not on this list that ends up making first team All Big Ten? Or you could also just be like, I mean, these guys on the list, if this is gonna be like who makes up the first team All Big Ten. Are you gonna do the thing?
Such an easy answer. Cohen Carr. And we didn't want to be on this list. We want to be on that list.
I, I I love you. I truly do. And I really hope all our wildest dreams come true with Cohen Carr. I think there's gonna be an Illinois player on the first team. I do. If it's not an Illinois guy, I would be on the lookout for one of the Indiana guys to maybe possibly make it. Maybe a Lamar Wilkerson, maybe a Tucker DeVries. He probably could have had a shout for being in this spot. But also like Tucker DeVries, I need to see if he has a shoulder and a healthy body to operate with. Otherwise, I think you got to wait and see at this point. But shout out to the Big Ten. Just please make it five guys next time. Let's be a serious organization. Let's do five guys on the first team, and then we can work our way up there. But it'll be interesting to see once, like Dion said, the ball tips off, how these players are going to be and how these Big Ten teams are going to create their path. But shout out to the Big Ten, and we will have updates and all your Big Ten news over here on Supers Media YouTube channel.